Gearbest have kindly sent me a JJRC H31 to review. The box is very nice and clean lines. It's actually obviously come from China and no damage on the box whatsoever, so really pleased with that. Looks nice and clear. Obviously the front's got the picture of the quad. It's got an HD camera lens on the front, as you can see, and shown it with a camera, but I think this is just a generic box because this one, according to the paperwork, won't have a camera. I'm really interested in the fact that it says it's high performance waterproof, and I think I will do some tests with it. Perhaps after I've done all the flights and everything, I'll actually give it a full waterproof test when I've got nothing to lose, basically. Carrying on round the box, some more details about the waterproofing, and the blades are supposed to be very flexible, and we'll see about that as well. Onto the back, more about the waterproofing, sort of splashes, and then obviously almost like it's going to be submerged. Don't think it'll handle that, but that might be what we'll try at the end. See how we go. And there's a set of sunglasses, but I presume comes with sunglasses. I don't quite know why. It's a bit different to have a quad with sunglasses, but again we'll see once I get into the box. There's some quick read codes on the end there for the demo video and everything, and then the actual features and functions on it. And then onto the bottom, you've got two different colour options. They've sent me the white one, so we'll see how good I can see that when it's outside. And then obviously the do's and don'ts, but nicely presented. Let's get into it and see what we get. So that's all out of the cardboard box. And it's well packaged, nothing's moved in transit, which is rather good. So it's very well done and all nicely, you know, sort of vacuum formed to keep it in one place so it doesn't fall all apart. I'll get this all out and unpack all these plastic bags, and then we can actually see what we've got. So this is everything unboxed, all except for the must-have accessory for every quad, a pair of sunglasses. Okay, with all the noisy packaging out of the way, let's just have a quick look through, see what we've actually got here. It's sort of, I don't know, quite a flexible plastic. I don't even see the deflection there. It seems pretty good. Feels like it's robust. Feels like it could take a few knocks, I guess. The props are really interesting. I mean, it's like weirdly soft. Almost goes like paper with the feel of the very soft, very thin plastic. So I'd be interested to see how that works. I would have thought under extreme twists and turns that's going to deflect quite a bit, but we will see. And onto the back of the quad. I mean, it's quite a nice looking quad, I think. The LEDs are very well covered up. There's a front LED as well, which is an unusual feature, I think. The LEDs are, like I say, well covered up. I'm not too sure how bright they're going to be, to be honest, because they really are, you know, that's very thick plastic. It looks nice, and looks stylish, but I don't know what it's going to look like. I quite like the idea of it being black underneath. Having flown a lot of quads, if it's black underneath against the sky, you can see them a lot easier. So I think that's a good move. And white from the top, you very rarely look down on a quad, so that really doesn't matter. So as the style works, that looks good. There's some landing gear, and that's really easy to put in. I find the easiest way is to pop the screws just gently into the holes, and then you're not trying to fiddle around getting your fingers in close to the body of the quad, and then just simply screw them up nice and tight. There's a camera port here, and obviously it's already ready to mount the camera as well. The on-off switch is here as well. The battery is just in the back here, and it's a 400 milliamp hour single cell, and that's quite nicely tucked in there, and you can plug it in, and then having the on-off switch on it is very useful, because then you don't have to be attaching the battery and trying to do it all at once. You can just literally flick that, and you can even flick it when it's up the correct way for flight, so that's quite good. Other things you get included, you get 4 spare propellers, those really weird props. I could be really interested to see how these go. You get a little USB charger for your single cell. Charging the 400 milliamp hour single cell battery couldn't be simpler. You simply plug it into the USB adapter, and then you can plug it into a USB port on your computer, or you can use a mains adapter, and the red LED comes on when it's charging. When it's finished charging, the LED goes off. You get a pack of screws, a little Phillips screwdriver as well. You actually get 4 prop guards. If you want to use the prop guards, you simply pop them on like this. And I probably won't be using them, but if you're new, then they are a good idea to have them. And then the sunglasses. I don't understand why I've got a pair of sunglasses, but you do. They're JJRC, little sticker on there, and we'll see what difference they make to your flying. Perhaps it makes you a better flyer. Okay, and onto the manual. It's quite a thick little booklet. It's well laid out, I would say. The only thing is it's in Chinese and English, so it does make finding anything a little bit harder because you've got an awful lot of text in here. The information is good, but if you're new to quads, you might find it quite difficult to get to the bit you want to find, sort of thing. Just a personal thing there. It runs through everything that the quad does, and can't actually see how much. It doesn't say much about the waterproofness, so I'm still intrigued about that, and we'll see how we go. But no, everything, all the spares and everything are all listed as well. It's like I say, it's printed really well. So. Okay, onto the transmitter, and it's not too bad. It's obviously quite a sort of cheap plastic, but it actually feels alright in the hand. It's actually got these nice sort of grips which your fingers come round to, not that you're going to be gripping it hard. Just taking the battery door off. This is the only thing you won't get supplied, is you need 4 AA batteries to power your transmitter, and you can use rechargeable ones. There's no trouble there at all. It doesn't draw a lot of power. And then running through the transmitter, it's a mode 2 transmitter, so your throttle's on this side, and you've got the yaw, and then you've got pitch and then roll. And running through from the top now, you've got rates adjustment here, and they're running a cycle, so it always starts in the low rates. When you click it once, it will go into medium rates, and it will beep twice when it does that. Click it again, it goes into high rates, so it will beep 3 times. And if you click it once more, it will come back round into low rates. You've got a flip button here, you press that, and then whatever direction you move this lever, that's the way it will flip. You've got a couple of, absolutely, I don't know why they're here at all. They're not attached to anything and don't do anything. Coming down, we've got the trim adjusters here. So if your quad is not sitting in one position, keeps drifting to the right or drifting forward, you can simply adjust these. But you would only really do this indoors or on an extremely still day. Let me just pop the quad on itself, and then I can just power this up. There we go. And to bind to the quad, you simply up and down on the throttle, and now we're actually bound. You've got, it starts in, it says mode 1, basically that's normal flight mode, so when you press forward, it will go forward and back. If you go to mode 2, it will then, whatever direction it's in, it goes into headless mode. So when you press forward, it's forward from where it was originally bound to. So that's in mode 2. And then if you press that again, it comes back to mode 1. So basically normal flying, I would call. The other mode 2 is headless mode. And then if we come over here, that's a return to home, and literally it will just come straight back to where the transmitter was when you first took off. And if I press the rates button, you can see it jumps up to 100% and then back down to 50, so you can see what it is here. Okay, I've turned down the studio lights right down so you can see the LEDs, and I've had to turn them down a lot because they're really not very bright, as I didn't think they would be. Basically you've got 2 reds at the front and 2 greens at the back, and then you've got a sort of Rudolph flashing one on the front there to identify the front and the rear. Yeah. And up and down on the throttle to bind, and then we're all bound, all ready to go. So this is in low levels, level 1. Oh, that's really nice actually. Very smooth and gentle. Very smooth and gentle. Yeah. Hey, good though. Very nice. Okay, let's just bring this in front of here. I just like to play around with these a bit. Oh crikey,
easy as anything with this. Whoops. Oh, and bounces back up as well. Tigger flying, that is. So that's in one anyway. That looks pretty good. And the yaw on one, like that, so it's quite good. It's nice, good beginner's status. To take it up to 2, you simply press the left button and it beeps twice, means we're in second rates. Well, that's a bit different. A little bit better. Oh yeah, a little bit. Nice. It's a nice little flyer. Yeah, it's lovely. There we go, that's brilliant. Okay, and you're in 2. There's a little bit of breeze actually. Hopefully that's on the camera. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's see what it does with flipping. Whoops! So let's press with the right button down, and then whatever direction you give it. Ooh, it does lift a bit when it does that, but I'm not a big flippy fan, I must admit, but everyone likes to see him do it, I think. I mean, 2, yeah. Ah, there we go. So we've done 1 and 2, and we've done some flips, so let's get it up into 3. So press the left button once, and then twice, and then get beep beep beep. Whoa! Gee whiz. Crikey, just a tiny bit on the yaw. Whoa! And it yaws. Crikey. That's mad. Gee whiz, look at that. Let me just show you that. Look at that. That's great. I love it. It's a bit mad on the yaw, I must admit. Just a tad, you think. Let me show you that yaw again. Oh, it's mad, yes. Okay, I'm actually going to put it into headless mode. I don't like headless mode usually, but I'm thinking, with the way it flies on that yaw, it does show the headless mode works. It's like tossing a boomerang, isn't it? There we go. I'm going to put that back into mode 1. Nice. Gee whiz, that is really good fun. Seems to bounce alright. Lovely. Now I can't see the LEDs. No, it's actually going. Oh, can't see the LEDs, and it's absolutely dead. Now those LEDs are not good in bright sunlight. Well, hey ho. But gee whiz, what a good fly! I like it.
JJRC H31. What do we think? Well, that might give you a bit of an impression of what I think. A robust little quad, takes knocks and just bounces back up. I think sort of the design has followed through from these props, which I'm getting really brutal with, and I would have cringed if I'd have done this a while ago with any other quad. I don't know any other quad that can handle this sort of abuse. So if it hits anything, they just flap out the way, as the quad does. So yeah, totally impressed with the robustness of it, or the way it deals with impact and things. A little bugbear on it is the LEDs could have been brighter, basically, but I've got quads that are not as bright as this, and I've got quads that are a lot brighter than this, so it's just one thing, just my impression of it. That's the whole idea of doing the review. Actually having a headlight is quite a good idea, to identify what way it's facing. If you're coming in low, that would be quite handy. Or coming directly to you at head height, you wouldn't see the LEDs, but it doesn't work in bright light, so that's it. I've said enough about those, I think. So not a big fan of the LEDs. The transmitter works quite comfortable in the hand. I mean, it is what it is. This isn't, you know, 200 pounds of quad, but what it does is very good. If you're a beginner, I think it could be an excellent quad to start with. Keep it in the low rates, and it is just a lovely little flyer. And you're going to have accidents, and when you do, this thing just means you're flying again rather than waiting for bits to come from China. So yeah, I like it from that point of view. I've never ever been a fan of flying in headless mode. Never. I think I've tried it a couple of times, but never really got on with it. This was great fun in headless mode, and up the rates up to 3 or expert, and then start spinning it around the garden like a boomerang was great fun. And in 3 you can get used to controlling it, but it really is, the yaw is very precise, almost goes around in click points. But then that's just a sort of fun thing to do that's a bit different to any other quad I've done. So overall impression, yeah, really impressed. I'd definitely give it a thumbs up, and I've really enjoyed reviewing it. So thank you very much, GearBest. Oh, I hear you saying, what about the waterproofing? Well, check this out.
Amazing. Oh dear. Okay, completely gone. Gee whiz.